Part 2, Governor Cuomo. I was just watching on CBS News, New York, about apparently on their morning show there was an interview with this aide that came forward like in March. Actually, she told somebody in March. She told two of her co-workers in March. It was one of the co-workers who went forward and reported what happened. And the only reason why she reported it to them was because she had seen a press briefing with Governor Cuomo saying that he never touched anyone inappropriately and never sexually harassed anyone, and all of these allegations are false. Okay, so then during the interview, and I cannot find it anywhere right now on Twitter or anywhere actually. It must be one of those things that's just going to come out like either tonight or, I mean, you can see it if you go on CBS, but looking for it online, I couldn't find it. Somebody else might be able to. And I can't remember her name, but this little gal who is probably, I'd say, late 20s, mid 20s. She, and has a little girl who looked pretty little. She spoke about quite a few incidences that really bothered her, but I was so proud of the interviewer who said, "So what did you say to him?" Because that's what I was thinking too. Yesterday, did I not call it? Yes. What did you say to him? What did you do when he did these things that you are so upset about? One thing that struck me as totally hilarious, or no, actually two things. She talks about going over to his, to the mansion, or wherever he is, you know, the Capitol, and saying to him, or he says he wants to take a selfie with her. Well, for one thing, you know, he said that he wanted her to come over for on December 31st, on a New Year's Eve night, to go over the state of the state, you know, and a speech, in other words. How naive is she? And she has a little girl, and she, you know, what'd she do with this little girl? Just, here, Mom, Dad, take this little girl because I have to go over to the mansion on New Year's Eve and talk about a speech. What a load of crap. And then also, so they take this selfie, and the selfie is, you know, a regular old selfie. And I want to tell you this, New York, I don't know if it's New York Times. To me, it looked more like the National Enquirer, but it had New York on it, New York Times. Has this big picture of him, and her face is blurred out, and it says something like, oh, creep. I think it calls him a creep. Well, in the interview, they show the selfie without being blurred out. And she's smiling. She looks relaxed. And she's smiling. In fact, she looks like she's having fun. So, I'm a little bit confused by this. And I think she was too. I think she was just confused as to where to go with all of this. So, then another thing she says in this interview is there are guardsmen all around the Capitol Mansion, and they are there for him. They're not there for me. What a load of horseshit. I mean, what they may have said is, okay, honey, just go home. That's might have been what they would have said, but also, if she had done something like screamed or made it apparent that she did not want this to happen, and there was nothing that really happened except for just, I'm not sure that anything that happened, she couldn't have stopped herself by just walking out the door. Now she says, this is an important job to me. Well, you know what, honey? We now have these laws that protect you, but why didn't you say something then? Why didn't you just say, push him away and say, oh, hey, by the way, I'm dating an ex-Marine. or, Governor Cuomo, I really just don't feel that way, and I don't like you touching me that way. Now, if he goes and fires her, then yeah, you got a big lawsuit there, don't you, honey? But right now, it's he said, she said. And not unless they have, this is the only thing I can think of, is if there is some kind of surveillance that is inside every room in that mansion. I don't see how they can prove it. It is a he said, she said, and, her wanting him to get indicted for this is laughable. And if it happens, it's gonna be, for women who, like myself, for women who stepped forward ages ago and nothing happened and has suffered through the years of, repercussions from that moment, and nothing was done because well, I'm not going to say any more than that, but I just think that it's maddening that these little girls are being raised to think that their bodies are gold and no one can touch it. And if you touch it, I get it. I'm not saying that back that up a minute. I'm not saying I think it's right that men touch girls inappropriately. But there's inappropriately, and then there's just being old fashioned or, just an affectionate person, or, like I said, the United States, as a rule, our people who have been here for a while, we're not affectionate people. What I feel like is that girls, like I was said yesterday, don't put yourself in a position. Don't go to anybody's. She could have just said, hey, you know what? It's New Year's Eve, Governor. I'm with my daughter. I'm doing things with my daughter. I can't go over there. Can we do this maybe after the New Year's? And even then, if he raises a stink, you can, then you can say, hey, what's up with this? Why did he fire me just because I didn't want to go to his mansion on New Year's Eve? You must be a college graduate or you wouldn't be there. You could possibly even have a master's or a PhD. Get some street smarts. Don't be naive. Don't put yourself in that position. Don't do that. Okay, I've ranted enough. Thank you very much. Godspeed to you all. High fives. Hope to get more viewers on this. Thank you very much. I noticed that a few more have shown up. And I will talk to you all again as the saga continues. Bless you all. Thank you.